see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Duke's offense will have the first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Slings it downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Gonna run it. It's Moore. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. It'll be third and long. Might be calling a hot route. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll pull it down. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. The Blue Devils are marching down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with second and 13. Here comes the heat. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The Fighting Illini take possession, and their offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Off the play fake. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he was looking for the pick six. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes second and 13. Quickly out to the tight end. Turning it on. Touchdown, Blue Devils. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. we're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Fires to the big fella. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Finds the tight end. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Fires one high and deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. Inside. Touchdown, Duke. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the 1st quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in the game.
Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. There he goes. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. The Fighting Illini using that big run to get momentum going. Reads it, fires complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. To the air, it's Altmaier. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Just keeps slinging it. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Takes a hit as he fires. He's got the tight end. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Illini started this drive deep in their own end, but now starting to generate some momentum. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Swings it out to the flat. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's been a nice drive by this offense so far, and now this quarterback is faced with a critical third down in the red zone, trailing by a couple of possessions. If they're able to capitalize here, get this first down, score a touchdown on this drive, this game takes on a completely different feel. So this just feels like a massive moment in this game.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown line! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This coaching staff is trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what could only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to let it go. Picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's stopping behind the line of scrimmage, tried to break out the spin move, and still couldn't get loose.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. To the air. It's Altmaier. It's complete on the right side. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can go.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Power football with the run. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Blue Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Off off the bootleg, looking to fire. Oh, better look out! And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Jukes his way for more. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
Line getting set on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Blue Devils come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Here's the handoff. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Blue Devils back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. On the ground, it's Moore. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one, and I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to...
Big guy tries to barrel in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass. It's Altmaier. Firing to the right, complete. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him on the ground, but not before Illinois picks up the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. The Fighting Illini with options here on second and short. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and take it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Snagged in the middle, it's Kane. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Back to pass on second down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. The snap sets up to throw. A little screen to the running back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Makes the catch. It's Jones. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure to do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. RPO complete to open the drive. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They call PI on the offense this time. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Blue Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got him downfield. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Grab behind the line. It's Jones. Turns it on in midfield. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And the Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quarterback keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
A field goal attempt from here would just be 48 yards, but they'll try to move the chains on 4th down and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Blue Devils look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. To the ground, he's got it again. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Touchdown, Duke! And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
It's in, complete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Now on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He'll do it himself. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Blue Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Quickly to the tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
The Blue Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Finds his tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Blue Devils come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. The official says no good. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead. The Illinois offense returns to the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name. And he's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Got it behind the line. It's Castle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy. A 42-yarder from the left hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Illinois right back to the line.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Pressure coming, and the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Gets down with the slide. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the 1st. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. Setting up the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on 2nd down. Makes a catch. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Illinois lining up quickly. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Gets it to the back. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the 1st down. They'll try to snap it quickly. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. They want to get this defense on its heels. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Sanders. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. Illinois picked up the 1st down. Now here they come again. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one.
No gain on the play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the tight end. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Fourth down coming up.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. This time it's complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Quick tempo here for the offense. Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw, it's all fire. A shot toward the end zone. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. The Fighting Illini facing a third and long to keep this drive alive. It's a draw. He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the first down, and let's see what they do on fourth. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire.